February is upon us, the month where we celebrate dead presidents' birthdays, a flying baby who shoots love arrows, a groundhog that predicts the weather, and Black history. So why is it that the most rational of these celebrations is also the one that causes the most controversy? We want to know, what's the deal with Black History Month? In 1925, Harvard historian Carter G. Woodson and his organization, the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, devised and announced Negro History Week. They hoped it would raise awareness of African Americans' contributions to civilization. Negro History Week was first celebrated in February of 1926. By 1950, it was being recognized nationwide, but it wasn't until 1976 that the celebration was expanded to a month. President Ford urged Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. That year, 50 years after the first celebration, the association celebrated the first Black History Month. In recent news, there has been some controversy regarding Black History Month.
So you say there shouldn't be a BET change?
No, I don't think so, no. Just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period, that's it.
Are you saying there shouldn't be a Black History Month because there isn't a White History Month?
Exactly, exactly.
Is Black History Month racist? And if not, why do we even need it? Do you know what month it is?
February.
And do you know anything that's celebrated in February?
Valentine's Day.
Okay, anything else?
Groundhog's Day.
Do you know what month it is?
Yeah, it's February.
Do you know anything celebrated in February?
There's Valentine's Day. I know that.
Do you know what month it is?
This month is February.
Do you know what's celebrated in February?
Black History.
Awesome, yes, that's the answer we wanted. Ding, ding, ding. Do you know anything about Black History Month?
I mean, February and MLK Day was last month,
Yeah.
so it's kind of close.
Do you know anything about Black history specifically?
Yeah, in terms of like the rights and the freedom of slaves and all that.
Could you name what year slaves were freed?
1865.
That's right, yeah. Do you know who Garrett Morgan is?
I do not.
Claudette Colbert.
Nope.
Thurgood Marshall. What do you know about Black History Month?
I know that it is part of the month of February, and they use this time in public schools to teach us, being the general public, about certain Black figures who should be famous but aren't.
Could you name any of those people?
Other than Martin Luther King Jr., probably not.
Black History Month racist?
I don't think so. I don't consider it racist.
No. I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's a nice way to just appreciate different people and different cultures.
I don't think celebrating people can be racist.
What do you say to people like Stacey Dash who have made comments about Black History Month being banned because it's racist?
I think people can easily feel offended by that. I don't think she meant to be controversial. I think people want harmony. I think that's the bottom line. And I think there's a lot of issues and things that people argue about, and race being one of them in our society today. I think Stacey Dash was just trying to, she probably grew up in white suburbia, and it's easy to feel colorblind when you grow up in a place where racism isn't on your back all the time. It was just attempting to kind of bring harmony to something, but in no way should Black History Month or BET be done away with. I think an avenue to celebrate people is always a good thing.
To get the opinion of someone with a little more knowledge, we interviewed Dr. Scott Trafton, who specializes in African American studies, Black cultural studies, and African American literature. We spoke to some people on campus earlier this week about Black History Month, and the general consensus was that it's necessary, it's not racist, it's a good thing, but no one really had any information on Black history or any knowledge on it. So we want to know, do you think that Black History Month is necessary?
Absolutely.
Why?
Black history is American history, and ask if Black history is necessary is to ask if American history is necessary.
That is a point that I was going to ask about as well. Isn't Black history just history? Why do we need an entire month to commemorate it?
Well, because the other 11 months out of the year, Black history isn't given its proper place at the table. It's not given its proper due. American history is often taught as white history, and the 1 month out of the year that focuses on Black people is hardly enough, but at least it's something.
How do you think we could do better to promote Black history and get more knowledge to the general public about it?
Well, two things. One is that Black history isn't just history, it's also culture and literature and art and music and dance and politics, and the idea of it just being names and dates is a terrible way to teach Black history. And the idea of increasing just the idea of what counts as Black history is really important. So you can go back to the normal data, you know, dates and names and deaths and births and wars and things, but that's it does a disservice to the complexity of the types of things that happen in Black history. So Black literature, Black art, Black dance, Black culture, Black politics, Black resistance, all these things are part of Black history. So you can expand the way that you think of Black history and have a Black Culture Month, which is, you know, not a bad idea. But you can also integrate the way that you teach American history and just desegregate American history, so that the other 11 months out of the year when you teach American history, you're also teaching Black people at every stage of American history. So before the Pilgrims were here, Black people were here. During the Revolutionary period, Black people were here. During the Civil War, Black people were not just enslaved, they were freedom fighters and free Black people, and there were a lot of different types of Black experiences. And to boil it down to just slavery, emancipation, and civil rights does a disservice to everyone involved. The idea of white history, if we had a curriculum that named white history as such, would be a massive controversy. So the idea of naming American history as both Black and white history, and brown and Asian and Native American history, the idea of a multicultural American history is what's needed next.
So if Black History Month is meant to acknowledge the struggle and history of Black Americans, why is it that so many of us overlook its importance and impact? And why is it that it's the shortest month of the year?